Okay, well, thank you very much. Ito po, once again, nandito naman si Nico Fubian sa programa natin, Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. And of course, today is Tuesday afternoon po, June 30 na, last day of June, as what I was saying during my earlier blogging po. So, I suppose you already heard what is happening in the Philippines po, no? About the surprise rally being carried out by members of the INC. What is INC? INC is Iglesia ni Cristo. Iglesia ni Cristo. It's a big religious group. It's a church po. And everybody were surprised. A lot of Filipinos, including ang mga politicians natin po, were surprised this morning when they woke up. Grabe ang traffic sa Manila po. Why? It is because of the surprise rally carried out by the members of Iglesia ni Cristo. And I suppose I heard some news also that it's not only in Manila but in other parts in the Philippines for members of the ICC also carried out the same surprise rally in protest about the announcement made by Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla yesterday that his office is ready to file a plunder case against Senator Rodante Marcoleta, who is a member of the IC or INC. Plunder case na po anytime this week. Anytime this week. And it was personally announced by no less than the ombudsman, si Jesus Crispin Remulla yesterday. And because of that, a lot of people were surprised and some are happy, others were angry because they believe that such a case of plunder should not be filed against Rodante Marcoleta because he was the one who is a very aggressive among the minority members, very aggressive when it comes to corruption in the Philippines. Particularly ito po, flood control projects and other corruption scam in the Philippines carried out or participated by members of the BBM administration or Marcos administration as alleged during investigations po carried out by the Blue Ribbon Committee as well as the defunct ICI Independent Commission for Infrastructure po, and of course allegations made by resource person during the investigation of the Blue Ribbon Committee. And dahil dyan po the Filipinos was informed that we lost trillions of money of taxpayers money po. Taxpayers money, it means po money of the people who are paying taxes, and that money came from a hard-earned money po. Hard-earned money. So dahil dyan po, medyo, or hindi lang medyo, magulo ngayon ang Pilipinas. Ang Pilipinas. And again, people were surprised when they woke up in the morning, and they found out, bakit daw po traffic jam ang Pilipinas in Manila while they were on the way to their respective workplaces or mga opisina po. And it was because of the surprise rally carried out by members of the INC. And ano ang rason? What is the reason of the rally? Let me share with you po a video clip. A video clip, a statement coming from the INC. INC po. Let's watch and listen to INC statement regarding the surprise, sabihin natin, rally this morning and still ongoing until now. As I speak, it's still ongoing and I was made to understand it will continue for as long as there is a need for them to continue the rally. And not only INC members participated, but also other groups po who are advocating or against corruption in the Philippines. That includes also politicians, political parties, political groups, and other religious groups. So, including NGOs. Nandito po, let's watch and listen ang sabihin natin statement made by INC regarding the rally. Hold on po. Hold on. And hold on. Okay, let me prepare. Si official po, no, si brother Edwil de Zabala. Brother Edwil D. Zabala. Nandito po, let's watch and listen to this statement by INC. Hold on, sandali. Alright.
Narito po ang statement ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Hindi tutol ang Iglesia ni Cristo sa pagpapatupad ng batas. Pero tutol kami sa pagbaluktot sa batas, lalo na kung ang layunin ay para pagtakpan ang katiwalian. Gaya ng alam ng marami, si Senator Dante Marcoleta ay nanguna sa pag-iimbestiga sa isa sa pinakamalaking pandarambong na naganap sa ating kasaysayan. Sinimulan niya ito nang siya pa ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee ng Senado. Subalit, ito, gayunpaman, itinuloy niya ang paghahanap ng hustisya para sa atin na mga mamamayan. Ang paglalantad o pag-expose sa mga sangkot sa pandarambong na naganap. Pero, paanong naging plunder ang pagtanggap ng campaign donation o campaign contribution? Hindi naman galing sa kabangyaman ng Pilipinas ang tinanggap niyang donation mula sa mga sumuporta sa kanyang pagkandidato bilang senador. At mismo ang COMELEC ay naglabas na ng desisyon na walang krimen na naganap sa pagtanggap niya ng campaign donation. Sinusuportahan ng Iglesia ni Cristo ang itinataguyod ni Senator Marcoleta dahil ito rin ang posisyon namin. Nananawagan kami para sa transparency, accountability, justice, and peace. Kaya, nais naming iparinig sa mga kinauukulan na kahit ipakulong nila si Senator Marcoleta, ay hindi kami titigil sa paghingi ng katarungan para sa mga kababayan natin na ninakawan. Gusto naming ipaalam sa kanila na isang injustice ang selective justice at hindi kami mananahimik sa harap nitong napakalaking pagyurak sa katarungan na hinihingi ng ating mga kababayan. Yan po ang statement ng Iglesia ni Cristo. Maraming salamat po.
Alright, yun po, narinig natin ang statement coming from the Iglesia ni Cristo po. They are, the reason behind why they carried out this surprise rally, it is because of the announcement made by Ombudsman Jesus Crispin Remulla yesterday about the filing of a plunder case against Senator Dante Marcoleta, who is a member of the INC. And members of the INC, ano talaga sila po, no? They are supporting ang struggle, ang advocacy, ang fight ni Marcoleta po when it comes to corruption po, no? When it comes to corruption. And they strongly believe that filing a case, a plunder case against Marcoleta, mali yan po. They are wondering how come a donation, campaign donation, or money donated to Marcoleta because of his plan to run in a election po, no? Can be a plunder case. Can be a plunder case to be filed against him or against Marcoleta. Okay, to be fair with the side of INC and the side of the government, no? Just a while ago, mayroon sila po ang Ombudsman Office conducted a press conference po. A press conference, and they are reacting to the, sabihin natin, ang INC surprise rally which started early in the morning po, no? A lot of people, members started gathering, gathering po dyan po sa People's Power Monument, and dyan mismo po sa Manila, no? To show their disappointment about the announcement made by Crispin Remulla. Crispin Remulla. So mayroong press conference, and some people dito sa Kota Kinabalu po, no? They were telling me, bakit hindi si Remulla mismo, ang ombudsman mismo, to do the press conference kanina? Bakit ang deputy niya lang? No? Bakit ang assistant ombudsman lang? And that is, ang assistant ni Remulla is Jose Dominic Clavano. No? Jose Dominic Clavano. Sana daw si Remulla mismo, because yesterday when he announced it po, siya talaga po, no? Siya talaga bravely saying na ganito po. And these are serious matter, and because of his announcement, nangyari itong surprise rally. No? Surprise rally. Bakit daw si Clavo, ang assistant niya po, na carry out itong press briefing just a while ago. But anyway, maskin sino po, ang importante dyan is they explain, no? Ano talaga ang issue tungkol itong plunder case to be filed against Rodante Marcoleta or Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Let's watch and listen to the portion of the press conference po. A portion of the press conference which was held just a while ago. Just a while ago po. Nandito, let's watch and listen to this. To be fair with the government, To be fair with the government. Nandito po, and kayo na bahala, no? If you agree or you disagree, kayo nang bahala. And nandito na po, no? Ang video clip na I prepared para sa ating lahat po.
Sir, okay, first reaction, yung nangyayaring rally ng ANC supposed as to support Senator Marcoleta. Yun muna ako.
Yeah, yung nakita ko kasi naming mga placards doon, ang battle cry ko nila ngayon ay accountability at transparency. At pag nakita nyo naman po yung press con ni Ombudsman kahapon, yung kabuuan na marami naman hong ibang kaso ang na-announce niya, no? Kagaya po ng mga contractor na matagal na naming ini-investigate. Kagaya po ng yung announcement niya kay Sec Manny Bonoan. At ang dahilan po kasi na kung bakit namin siya ginawang state witness ay dahil sa yung grand case of conspiracy and plunder, no? Na ang pinaka punot dulo nun ay si former Speaker Martin Romualdez. So yun po talaga ang mga natin, yun yung kabuuan, no? That's the context in which he mentioned also the case of Senator Marcoleta, no? So kung accountability po at transparency ang kanilang pinaglalaban, yun din po ang aming pinaglalaban dito sa Office of the Ombudsman, na lahat ng nagkakamali ay mananagot sa batas. So we understand the plight. We understand what they're fighting for, but we ourselves are fighting for the same things. Kaya siguro there might have been a little bit of miscommunication dahil sa totoo lang parehas po ang pinaglalaban po ng grupo na nandyan sa EDSA at dito din sa Office of the Ombudsman.
Sir, can we elaborate on the basis na we're going to file plunder plunder charges. Kasi may mga sinasabi na bakit plunder? Hindi naman siya government fund, number one. Number two, hindi naman siya, I mean, yung aspect ng nature of the money and bakit siya plunder nga ba? Bakit plunder yung ihahain nyo?
Well, when you talk about plunder, it's a series of combination of acts where somebody is able to amass, acquire, and accumulate ill-gotten wealth to the amount of at least 50 million pesos. So, isa-isahin ho natin, 50 million pesos, umabot ho ng 75 million pesos ang kabuuan ng mga supposedly donations sa kanya. So, yun yung una. Series or combinations, 30 transaction ho yun na nagbigay. At admitado naman po yung mga donors, na nagbigay naman din sila. No? And from the own admissions as well of Senator Marcoleta, tinanggap niya yung 75 million. Ngunit, hindi po niya nadeklara sa SALN, neither niya dineklara sa kanyang SOSE. Ngayon, just to put things in context, no? As a public official, kasama po kami doon. Lahat ng congressman, lahat ng senador, lahat po ng nasa executive branch, lahat ng huwes sa judiciary. Bawal tumanggap ng ganun kalaking kahalaga ng pera as a general rule. Exception to the general rule kung campaign period at mangongolekta ka ng mga donations para sa campaign. Pero dito sa case na ito, hindi naman niya dineklara sa SOSE. Hindi rin niya dineklara sa SALN. So, dineklara lang niya sa taong bayan, sa media. Pero sa totoo lang, dapat linagay niya either sa SALN or sa SOSE. So, ang theory will revolve around that. No? Several cases or series or combination of acts, and yung tanong nyo na public funds, dun sa RA 7080 sa plunder law, there are acts there that could comprise of the series or combination of acts that could comprise of plunder. And the number 2 there is receiving directly or indirectly any gift, commission, percentage, kickback. Alam nga naman po, yung gift ay galing din sa public funds. So, ang definition po ng plunder also includes private funds. Okay? And just to elaborate on that further, yung direct bribery or indirect bribery, pag merong series nun, that can also comprise of plunder. And direct bribery coming from a private individual can also be considered corruption. Diba? So when there's a series or combination of that, pwede rin ho siyang tawaging plunder.
So this is the first time na magpa-file tayo ng plunder na ang gamit ay private fund. Yung bang kay Erap na wedding money, is it the same circumstances?
Yes, opo. So, I understand, no, naiintindihan ho namin yung argument na yun na kailangan public funds. Ngunit, pag binasa mo talaga yung batas, nandyan ho yan na kahit private funds, po pwede. It's just that, kadalasan, ang nafa-file ho, yung public funds, may malversation, may misappropriation, yun po yung kadalasan natin naririnig pag ang final ay plunder. Pero sa totoo lang, and you will see it in the law, that even private funds can comprise of the crime of plunder.
Sir, last na lang on this topic on my part.
Alright, yan po ang reaction, ang statement made by the AO, no? Assistant Ombudsman, si Clavano, saying that pwede din yan po, plunder case, maskin it is coming from a private funds or private individuals po, kaya do yan po. And one of the reasons is, hindi siya nag-declare daw si Marcoleta sa SOSE niya, and of course, SALN niya po, no? But this case, according to Marcoleta, this case was already brought to the COMELEC, and the COMELEC officially dismissed the case, saying that there was not an offense, no offense committed by Marcoleta. And how come bumalik na naman ito ngayon kaso ni Marcoleta? Is there something or ano po, no? And the plunder, according to Marcoleta, just correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just basing what he said. Plunder is that you have to prove na itong pera na you receive, na may kapalit. May kapalit po. And that will be corruption. That will be corruption po. So, may puntos si Marcoleta, the way how I look at it, no? May puntos din si Marcoleta. And let's see po kung totoo, may case against Marcoleta. Marcoleta has repeatedly said, kung may warrant of arrest warrant sa kanya po, he will peacefully surrender and he will face ang court to defend himself po. He's a good lawyer, he's a fighter, and let's see po what will happen po, no? But ito lang mga messages lang po sa akin kanina. They were telling me, Sir Nick, bakit po hindi nag-announce or hindi nag-attend sa press conference si Ombudsman Jesus Remulla, where in fact yesterday mismo po, siya mismo po nag-announce itong filing of cases of plunder kay Marcoleta. Most likely it will happen anytime this week po, no? Busy siguro po si Remulla dahil wala siyang time to attend, no? To attend itong press conference or this kind of explanation po, coming from his side. So we don't know what is the reason behind, but anyway, ganun po. That's the press conference. The message passed by the Ombudsman Office few minutes ago po, no? Few minutes ago by no less than AO si Clavano po. So this time around, let me share with you po ang reaction ng ordinaryong Filipino po, no? Ordinaryong Filipino, particularly mga members ng INC po, no? Regarding itong plunder case kay Rodante Marcoleta. Rodante Marcoleta. Let me share you this video clip. Saan na yun, Sandali. Itong video clip, nandito po. Alright, nandito po. Hold on. Alright, nandito.
Pinapanawagan namin yung bakit kailangan kasuhan si Senator Marcoleta. Yung plunder, hindi naman ang galing sa kabanang bayan. Kumbaga, private citizen naman yung nagbigay ng donasyon. Ayun lang po. Ayun lang. Bali pumunta kami dito kanina mga 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. At dyan sa may lang kami. Dito lang din sa may Yes. Kasi tama naman yung pinaglalaban niya eh. Kasi ang bakit kailangan yung mga mandarang bunga, katulad dito nandito, mandarang bunga. Bakit yun ang hindi kinakasuhan? Bakit yung nananawagan ng justice para sa mga flood control, bakit hindi yun ang kinakasuhan? Hindi yun yung interview, hindi yun yung imbestigahan nila. Ayun lang.
So naniniwala kayong inosente si Senator Marcoleta?
Inosente siya yung bate sa plunder? Yes.
Sa possible kaso sa kanya?
Yes.
Yung sa corruption po, iba yung nila iba yung inaano ng gobyerno. Kumbaga, iba yung inaakusahan nila. Dapat na yung dapat malagot yung mga dapat na nagnanakaw sa gobyerno. Anong oras pa kayo dito sa week? Alas 10 pa po. Alas 10 na umaga. Anong oras po kayo? Hindi ko lang po alam. Hanggang sa po, tuloy-tuloy lang. Nawalan po tayo sa ating mga kabayan. Huwag tayo magbulag-bulagan sa nangyayaring issue sa flood control. Nagkasama tayong inaapi sa sarili nating bayan. Kailangan magkaroon tayo ng boses. Ilabas natin ang ating saloobin. Ito ay naayon sa ating konstitusyon na magpahayag na ating saloobin. Ito ay karapatan po natin bilang Pilipino. Huwag po tayo magpapaapi sa mga kurakot sa gobyerno. Sana po, yun po.
Alright, yun po, narinig natin, nakita natin po, no? Ang mga reaction some of the members of the INC, no? They believe na hindi dapat na mag-file case, plunder case against si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Marcoleta po. And, okay, this time around, let me share with you itong report from the media. News report ito po regarding ang rally. Ang rally which started kaninang umaga and still going on hanggang ngayon po. And who knows hanggang kailan. And who knows hanggang kailan. Nandito po, let's watch and listen to this. And, alright, nandito po. Okay, nandito po. Let's watch and listen to this. News report galing sa Pilipinas regarding ang rally which started today or early this morning po.
Yes, rally is gathered here at the People Power Monument at the corner of EDSA and White Plains Avenue in Quezon City. With the words transparency and accountability, while others carried banners bearing the message, panagutin ang tunay na salarin. Some of the rallies had arrived by bus and private vehicles as early as 3 a.m. Before 6 a.m., the rallies blocked a portion of EDSA near White Plains, heading toward North Avenue, causing traffic in the area to become heavily congested. Police personnel worked to prevent the rallies from occupying the entire roadway in order to allow vehicles to pass through. As of 8 a.m., the crowd estimate had reached 8,000 people, while approximately 900 police personnel had been deployed to manage the gathering. Performances also began on a mobile stage along White Plains Avenue, which has since become impassable to motorists. According to NCRPO Regional Director Police Major General Anthony Aberin, those gathered in the area are members of the Iglesia ni Cristo or INC. They do not currently have a rally permit, and the Philippine National Police is still waiting for them to submit the necessary documentation. However, they were not ordered to leave the area and were allowed to assemble, provided the gathering remains orderly and does not cause further disruption to motorists. In a statement from the Iglesia ni Cristo, read by its spokesperson Edwin Zabala, he said, "Tutol kami sa pagbaluktot sa batas, lalo na kung ang layunin ay pagtakpan ang katiwalian. Gaya ng marami, si Senator Dante Marcoleta ay nanguna sa pag-iimbestiga sa isa sa pinakamalaking pandarambong sa ating kasaysayan. Sinimulan niya ito noong siya pa ang chairman ng Blue Ribbon Committee ng Senado. Ang ipinagtataka namin ay kung bakit siya na nagsusulong sa pag-expose ng mga sangkot sa napakalaking pagnanakaw sa Pilipinas ang kakasuhan at ipakukulong sa halip na ang mga na-expose." End of quote. Zabala added that the gathering was a call for transparency, accountability, justice, and peace. As of the moment, Karen, I am still here at the People Power Monument here at the White Plains, and the people, despite of the bad weather, the heavy rainfall, they are still gathering here, and they are still cheering for their call of justice, transparency, accountability, and peace. Reporting for ANC.
Alright, yun po, nakita natin ang report or narinig natin ang report about the rally which started this morning po. Ang mga tao pumunta dyan po sa People's Power Monument, dyan po sa Quezon City, and the other group went to dyan po sa sentro ng Manila to do the same thing po. And dahil dyan po, medyo mabigat ang traffic. Kaninang umaga or today po, dyan sa Maynila po. No? And sabi mga polis, wala silang permit. No? Wala silang permit to do the rally. Bakit po? Sabi ang mga ibang tao dito sa Malaysia. Bakit yun nagnakaw ang pera namin noon? Itong mga magnanakaw. Nangingi ba sila sa amin ng permiso na magnakaw sila ng pera namin? And ngayon, they're talking about permits. Ganit na ang mga tao po. Ganit na ang mga tao. So yun po ang what is happening dyan sa Pilipinas. This time around, I will share you some video clips na ano ako po. No? I prepared sa all of you po. Ibang-ibang situation po during the rally. And this, you will have an idea kung paano malaki ang grupo at saka maskin ulan, nandyan ang mga tao. Ibig sabihin, ang mga tao po who attended itong rally po, hindi lang po ang mga members ng NIC, but also ang other groups po, mga Filipinos po. And yes, we were made to understand 900 police personnel were deployed to make sure that the rally, unlicensed, unlicensed rally will be carried out peacefully po. And we were also made to understand si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos canceled ang mga appointments na for today, and nandyan lang dyan po sa Malacanang monitoring ang sitwasyon sa rally po. And all the bridges, all roads leading to Malacanang po already barricaded na po. Anyway, nandito, let's watch and listen to this video clip po, no? Ang sitwasyon dyan po sa rally kanina po. Let's watch and listen to this. Hold on po.
Sa may liwasang Bonifacio guys, na kung saan nasumpungan natin dito na pagkarami-rami pong mga miyembro ng Iglesia ni Cristo na nagsasagawa po ng Kilos Protesta. So ito, dito ngayon sila sa liwasang Bonifacio. Kahit maulan ay nandito pa rin po sila para iparating sa mga kinaukulan ang kanilang hilingan. Ayan. Pasimula pa lang kami. Oh, dito kayo, tingin kayo sa kayo. Hi guys! Welcome to my vlog!
Alright, yun po, nakita ninyo ang sitwasyon during the rally kanina po, no? Umaga hanggang sa hapon, and they are still there hanggang ngayon po, no? Wala pa silang plano to disperse unless siguro mayroong announcement to be made by the government that hindi matuloy ang kaso, plunder case against Senator Rodante Marcoleta po, no? Hanggang hindi sila mag-drop yun idea, then siguro po, no? Ang mga participants sa rally po will continue. Siguro overnight sila hanggang matapos talaga until they will get what they want to get po, no? Na stop itong plunder case against Senator Rodante Marcoleta. So yon ang sitwasyon ngayon po. I will continue to monitor ang situation dyan po at kung sakali mayroon mga updates, I'll make sure po that you will be properly be informed. In the meantime, mayroon dito po, let's share with you. I will share with you ulit ito po ang message, statement made by Senator Rodante Marcoleta yesterday po.
Minamahal kong mga kababayan.
Okay lang po, sandali. Okay, nandito po. Sandali po. Nandito. Okay.
Mga minamahal kong mga kababayan, nakikita po ninyo yung pattern sa mga nagdaang araw. Mas uunahin po nila yung tao na nagmamalasakit sa inyo para palitawin natin ang katotohanan. Ngunit yung taong nasa likod ng lahat ng kasalanan ito ng pagnanakaw, hanggang ngayon ay wala pa po silang ginagawang pag-uusig. Meron na pong isang demanda kay Martin Romualdez na nakabinbin pa April 2026. Yung isa na inakusahan na dating kalihim ng DPWH ay kanilang kinatanggapan upang siya din ay maging state witness. At siya yata ang gumawa ng paraan para ma-discharge siya sa kanyang naunang asunto. So makikita po ninyo, wala na po tayong kakampi. Ang kasalanan ko lamang po yung paglingkuran kayo kung kasalanan pong matatawag yan. Na humarap sa kanila ng buong tapang para sa ganon ay malaman ninyo ang totoo. Malaman ninyo kung sino ang nagkasala sapagkat gusto nating papanagutin lahat ng mga taong ito. Ngunit kapag ako'y kanilang inaresto, hindi na po matutuluyan. Akala po nila ay maililibing ito sa limot. Ang isa pa pong inaasahan nila ay hindi na po ako makakasali doon sa impeachment proceedings na nakatakdapang magsimula sa susunod na linggo. Sa mga tweet, 2 ibon sa isang putok, mga kababayan. So talagang maliwanag na planado po ito, mga kababayan, kasi 2 linggo bago nagpahayag ang ating ombudsman, sinabi na rin ni Ping Lacson na tila siyam pa na senador ang makukulong. Parang alam na niya ang mangyayari. Gaya po ng nauna ko nang ipinahayag sa inyo. Alam kong gagawin nila ito. Alam kong aarestuhin nila ako. Alam kong ikukulong nila ako. Ngunit hindi po dahilan yan para tumigil ako sa paglilingkod sa inyo. Kasi po iisa lang ang paraan ko
upang paglingkuran ng taong bayan dahil sa pagtitibalang ibinigay niyo sa akin. Malit na bagay po ang sakripisyo na aking haharapin. Kung ang katumbas po nito ay may pakita natin ang kahalagahan ninyo bilang mamamayan ng ating bansa. Kahit po sa mahirap na kalagayan natin ito, mga kababayan, nakikiusap po sa inyong lahat, pag po tayong pumayag, na basta-basta na lang nila baluktutin ang katwiran. Alam ko po, ang promotor nito ay ang ating ombudsman sapagkat nung kami po ay nagtatalo-talo sa bulwagan ng Senado, isa sa amin ang nagsabi na sometimes we have to bend the law. At sumagot po yung ombudsman. Nang tinanong siya kung tama ang kanyang sinabi, alam na po ninyo kung ano yung sinagot niya. Yes, sir. Huwag po tayong pumayag na gano'n ang mangyari. Kahit ano po mangyari, ilaban po natin ang katwiran. Dahil ang katwiran po ang magpapalaya sa atin. Ito ang magbibigay sa atin ng tagumpay bilang mamamayan at bilang isang bansa. Naniniwala po kasi ako na kahit sa anong laban, lalo na po yung laban na para sa interes ng ating bansa, kinakasihan po tayo ng ating Panginoon Diyos. At hindi siya papayag na magtatagumpay ang nagpapaluktot ng katwiran. Kailanman ang kasamaan, mga kababayan, ay hindi po magtatagumpay.
Alright, yun po, narinig natin si Senator Rodante Marcoleta. And still ongoing pa rin ang, sabihin natin, ang rally, and we don't know hanggang kailan ito po, matapos itong rally nila po. Anyway, before I'm going to conclude itong episode natin, afternoon episode, let me share with you another news po coming from Inday Sara Duterte, ang Vice President ng Pilipinas. Vice President Sara Duterte weighed in on the massive gathering of Iglesia Ni Cristo members at the EDSA White Plains that continue to hamper the flow of traffic on Tuesday or today ito po. In a statement, Duterte said the rally reflected a growing sentiment that she had consistently expressed since 2024. This administration has been defined by poor governance and its a failure to acknowledge and address the country's real problems. While countless of our kababayan struggle with rising prices, job insecurity, and the increasing cost of daily life, the President has remained detached from the hardship confronting Filipinos, sabi ni Inday Sara Duterte. Instead of confronting these challenges with solutions, the administration has chosen to silence dissent under the guise of accountability. Yun po, sabi ni Inday Sara Duterte. So, ito po, this is what is happening sa bayan natin, and let's all pray po na it will not get worse itong rally natin po, itong rally, ongoing rally po. And sana lang po ang gobyerno natin, mga opisyales natin po, will come to their senses and address this problem once and for all po, kasi kawawa na talaga ang mga Filipinos po. Hindi lang ang mga kababayan, kapatid at kaibigan natin dyan mismo sa Pilipinas, but kawawa din tayo po, mga overseas Filipino workers sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo, kagaya namin dito sa Malaysia. So, let's pray. Let's pray po. And on my part, I will continue to monitor ang situation. Kung sakali mayroon tayong mga latest updates, I will make sure that you will all be properly informed. So, siguro hanggang dito na lang. Once again, I would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day. Enjoy kayo po the remaining hours on a Tuesday, last day of June. And tomorrow, we are going to start ang brand new month natin, July. Hopefully, the month of July will be a prosperous one. Less problems po, and good for every Filipino. Hidup Malaysia. Sababole, mabuhay ang Pilipinas. God bless the world. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye. I love you and you take care.